I've been doing a bit of tidying up in one of my bookcases recently, and it was only when I was going through all my books I realised just exactly how many versions of the Bhagavad Gita I've got. And when I looked through them all, I realised that some of them just didn't really do it for me. And I know that quite a few people also have problems in finding the right version of the Gita for them. So the Bhagavad Gita is a Bhagavad Gita, but there are so many different translations and commentaries on it. It can sometimes be a little bit overwhelming to find the one that is right for you. So I'm going to go through some of the ones that I like, and I will put I'll put in the comments below details of the books and the authors, and I hope you find it helpful. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the Bhagavad Gita as it is, by Sri Prabhupada, who was the founder of the Hare Krishna movement. It is a really good book. It's in so much detail, but for me, it's just perhaps a little bit too academic. But if you're the sort of person who likes to sit down for maybe an hour or so at a time and really study and work through a book, this could be the one for you. My favourite commentator on the Bhagavad Gita is Eknath Easwaran, and he's written quite a few books on the Gita. My favourite, actually, it's not one book, it's three. My favourite set of books that he wrote on the Gita is this set of books. 3 volumes. The first one is The End of Sorrow. The second one is Like 1,000 Suns. And the third volume, To Love is to Know Me. As you can see, it's not exactly pocket size. There's 3 volumes, and even the volumes themselves are actually quite chunky. But I find that Eknath Easwaran writes in such an approachable, accessible way. If you are the sort of person who's not particularly academic but does want to sit down and spend some time reading rather than just having a book in your bag, this could be the set of books for you. He's also written this much smaller book on the Gita, just like a normal paperback size, and it's just called the Bhagavad Gita. This, I've got to say, is probably my go-to book on the Gita because it's really pocket size. You can carry it around with you, you can pop it in your bag. It doesn't weigh very much, but there's so much knowledge in there, and it is so accessible, both the translation and also his commentary. The final book I'm going to recommend is the Bhagavad Gita, Talks Between the Soul and God, and it's written by a friend of mine, Ranchor Prime. It's by far the smallest of the books I'm recommending, but I find it a really useful book just to have with me in my bag, just to take with me in case I need to check something, in case I need to reference something. Obviously, it's a lot smaller, so there's not as much content, but again, the content in terms of the translation, it's really accessible, and also his commentary on it is really accessible. I'm going to suggest one other book, and this is the Bhagavad Gita according to Gandhi. It's not what I would say a first choice. However, particularly if you're British, it's quite a difficult read because he does make references to the British Empire and the British occupation of India. Having said that, the knowledge in here is amazing. But as I say, it is perhaps an uncomfortable read if you're British, but worth persevering with. I hope you found that useful. I will put details of the books down below. Let me know what you think. Thanks then.